Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have the second Winter Cup semi-final of 2025. It is FireLordEthan versus Graash. I'll be your humble host and caster wrestler. And just now, as in 20 minutes ago, we've just seen one finalist make it. If you haven't seen that match, I would definitely recommend seeing it. It is yet again Semifinals making it to the final to yet another tournament, fourth one in a row, in fact. But we'll see who will be facing him today. Is it going to be Ethan, who has already made himself quite a rivalry versus Semifinals, or will Graash deny that chance and make himself into the first final of a seasonal cup in his playing career? So having a quick look into the bracket, this was the bracket of the quarterfinals. As you can see, Semifinals already beating Hoffnung and securing himself a spot in the finals. Hoffnung in a third place match. On the right side, we can see FireLordEthan narrowly beating Ad Alpha in a very interesting semi-quarterfinals, and Graash beating another legend of a game of Legor Janine, a 2021 Summer Cup champion, a 2022 Winter Cup runner-up, an absolute bar burner in that match as well. So, two great players looking to secure their spot into the finals. FireLordEthan has been, if you want to talk historically, at least recently, has been the better player. He has reached the finals of the two previous cups as well, both in Winter Cup and Summer Cup. And no, pardon, it was Summer Cup and then the Twin Light Zone. Pardon me. And Graash has not yet even made a final in a Summer Seasonal Cup, so this would be his first. But in order to get there, he has gonna have to beat one hell of opponent, FireLordEthan. But before we get into any of that, we have to see where the battle is going to take place, and for that we have the draft. The draft is a little bit different for this semi-finals. It is the first to 9, and there's no more venue groups being picked. It's individual bands, doubles, and singles. So in order of the draft, we have quite a lot more bands this time around, since people get to ban 3 venues each. So in order of the draft, Ethan bans Redwoods, and afterwards Graash bans Courtyard, any 3 of 7 variant, and then doubles Ballroom. So we're gonna start with Ballroom on this one. Afterwards, we're gonna go into double Modern, into a single Gallery afterwards. After that, Graash singles Aquarium, and then we go to the second round of bans, and when we go and Graash bans Balcony. So Graash obviously is doubling Ballroom pretty much every single time he's able to, and Aquarium is his second most favorite venue, so no surprises here. Ethan then bans Pub, the 3 of 7 variant. Bit surprising because it's one of his favorites as well. And then singling Library. Library is a 4 out of 8 variant, so a bit different than the 5 out of 8 variant we're used to seeing. And to round out the draft, it is Graash singles High Rise, and then bans Veranda, Ethan banning Terrace. And the final venue left has not been single, doubled, or banned. It is Tayen. Should we get to 8-8, this is going to be our infinite tiebreaker. And the very interesting venue to have a tie break in. Normally it's Balcony, but in this tournament, the organizer decided that the players will have the power to, quote unquote, choose where they will have their infinite tiebreaker, and this time it is Tayen. But yeah, with all of that said, there's nothing left to do but to start the game. It is FireLordEthan on the spy side playing as Disney. And it is the first to 9, it's not first to 7. And let's see how they both do. Good luck to both of them. Playing it. Following our seduction target immediately to windows. Really want to get that early floor done, 34%. And a green time in the midst of it. An early green time is something that a sniper could potentially be looking out for. But seems like FireLordEthan has gone away with it. And we get a fingerprint for our troubles as well. Seduction target is at statues, and we don't really want to chase the statues this early on, so instead we're just going to leave. Again, the seduction target, not a fan. Okay, we are going to statues. We're gonna grab a highlight for our troubles. Graash highlighting any statue goers and intensely watching us. I guess I think we're looking for a swap since our seduction target was right there. But with a time ad in hand, there's no precedent to start rushing. As we do request a drink, is that a difficult? I think there's a difficult fingerprint on it. I presume that's why Ethan chose to take it. No, instead we just... I don't really know. Doesn't seem to be a fingerprint there. So just take an innocent drink out. And as Ethan proves me wrong, there was a difficult fingerprint on it. I was slightly inattentive, but unfortunately for Ethan, he does not hit. But still, we have plenty of time. We'd have a highlight for our troubles. Would have been really nice if we have completed that fingerprint, since especially if you miss one of the fingerprints early on, you really don't like going for a third print, since that's, as hold that thought, banana bread comes out, that will put another 3 lowlights, so pretty damn good. And in both the SDAs were in the conversation, so quite a lot of reels as well of Graash is paying attention to that. Oh, it's a bit of an awkward entry, but maybe it's going to be fine. Back to my thought earlier, but the spies tend to miss either a first or a second difficult print. They don't tend to complete fingerprints, since you really don't want to give a sniper basically 3 chances to see 2 prints. Sometimes you can get you can reasonably get away with 2 prints, especially with one of them being difficult and or been hiding for a long time. But if you go through 3 and even God forbid 4, the sniper will catch on eventually. Even if he missed 1, he will still credit you for that mission. Minutes 20 left. We are going to the briefcase. The first ambassador's right beside us, so we can't really grab it. Double agent's gonna snatch it before us anyway. So, interesting. What's the play? Is there... Never mind! I thought we were gonna go for a finger here, but instead, Graash just shoots us. And we just... Yeah, that's a very confident shot. Graash takes the third set. I just want to take a look from the sniper side. What the hell happened here? Just bath walking, I guess. Interesting. Maybe a bit of an off redirect. Has there been a fingerprint here at this statue? No. There's a difficult print here, so maybe that's why. I guess that's what maybe that's what Graash saw. We saw the difficult print and noticing, okay, that I made him miss the bug or something, and paranoid, and maybe along some etiquette shenanigans. takes the correct shot and is in the lead. Of course, still very early on, quite literally the earliest you can get. And let's see how Graash will do on the spy side, playing as Irish. Playing it. Early whites deduced were 22%. You'd like to have a little bit more early on, but maybe Graash deciding, knowing that Ethan, especially if you're right next to a seduction target, again, we're going for a far flirt, another 22%, this time 44%. Very respectful flirting here. This variant of Ballroom is 4 minutes, so you do have a little bit more time to complete missions than you would typically need to. Again, putting the strain on the sniper here. With the same guest count and just giving extra 30 seconds on the sniper. Even though this venue doesn't have the most outrageous cover possible, you can still miss a lot of stuff here. As Graash takes a drink. With a difficult print, and we miss again. We do hit a green test, 78%. We get a highlight. Why did we get a highlight for it? Huh. Did we broke drink etiquette? Interesting. But we do finish Seduce. Just quick look, take a quick look back. Maybe it's talking etiquette? I'm really not sure, but those kind of highlights are the absolute worst. Since it's not a it's basically saying, okay, I just feel that you're the spy, even though you haven't done too much of anything. You just flirted and grabbed a difficult print off a drink. And a minute 30 left. Okay, we get rid of our highlights, so that's good news for Graash. Maybe FireLordEthan saw something initially, but with loads of inactivity later on, decided that he doesn't. Maybe he was wrong. We go into our contact here. 3 lowlights. It is a white purloin right on screen. Bug on the way out. That's. You couldn't get a white purloin more on screen than FireLordEthan just did. The fade was extremely visible. The walking out bug was also just right on screen. You couldn't get any more obvious that this was a white purloin. And Graash on the way out just goes for a desperation bug, but it does not suffice. And we're back and even. 1-1, and the second set of the double of ballroom. We have Kane here, as FireLordEthan is going to be playing Spy again. Playing it. Oh, we'll get a low light? No. I got excited a bit too early. Instead, was an accidental low light for a cast member. As we get an early highlight for a statue. 4 highlights already. Queen presumably a bug credit since she wasn't at statues. 25% on the flirt. If you're going to get a highlight, sometimes the very early ones can be I would say it's obviously not the best thing to get an early highlight, but if you are going to get it, getting it as early as possible might be a good play. Since, especially if you don't do egregious later on, anything later on in the game, you're just, the sniper will probably just forget who I did highlight this for, and then just think, who's this highlight? Oh, he just has a side statue or whatever. Nothing too major. We're going in for a contact, it seems.
Banana bread.
Indeed we are. Banana bread does come out. 3 lowlights. That's about it. Oh, we failed the flirt, unfortunately. I don't think it was a based on the camera shake. I just don't. I cannot assume it was an intentional red flirt. I'm gonna leave because of it. We're gonna be heading back into statues. We're gonna be finishing off statues here and getting a 51% flirt, pushing it up to 76%. That doesn't matter. Graash just takes the shot anyways. Interesting. Unless you think you had a bug credit somewhere earlier on, there's no real reason to shoot there. Unless, again, we have some sort of behavioral play that we just aren't aware of as a caster. Yeah, I have to take a look. Just have to take a look. Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah, it's just we are at statues and all of the sudden we just get shot. Yeah, we're just really maybe an animation break, but doesn't seem like it. So I guess we had a lot more suspicion than we initially thought of. And Graash again holds this sniper up to 1. Let's see if he can be ahead in his own double, playing as Smallman. Playing it. A green fur for 51%. Oh, there's the bug. That's just a shot. We saw that from the spy side, but I would have to assume that it was just overly ambitious, overly fast. Let's take a look at that from the sniper side. Oh yeah, I think we wanted to wait. No, I think we wanted to wait until we could bug with the right arm of the character and then we'd walk. But yeah, even on of course it's in slow motion, but yeah, even at full speeds, this bug is incredibly convicting. The hand just snaps to the side in front of the sniper, not enough cover to hide it, and we are still in a tie 2-2. So we are out of the first double, Graash's own double. We're still tied. Let's see if FireLordEthan can break service A and get a far spy one on the board. It is Irish on Modern, the 4:45 on the clock, 4 of 8. Playing it. Here's the bug early. No shot seems. I think we got away with this clean. A chaos bug. Oh, that was just perfect cover from the sniper perspective. That was beautiful. Now, we want to be careful not to get not to get again credit for a phantom bug, but that was super clean. A 48% flirt. Great progress early on. So we're just gonna put the bug back in the green, deciding they don't need to rush this early on. And if we got away with that bug clean, we could presumably just try to complete soft tails for the win, and just not credit, and just hope that Graash will not shoot for 3 completed missions. Though Graash has shown that he's been able to shoot just off of general suspicion alone, along with some mission progress, obviously. So FireLordEthan's not out of the woods yet, but it's a very favorable position. Another green flirt bringing up to 84%, as per minimum flirt, a minimum flirt being 17%. So the third flirt is going to be our final one. FireLordEthan just slowing down, presumably waiting for a time alert and the double agent to settle in somewhere. Unfortunately, the SDA is on our conversation, so the double agent will not sell us in here, because we're gonna go to him instead.
Banana bread.
A white contact knocks out 3 people, and every single one of the SDAs is in conversation, so Graash can't even super narrow things down because of that either. Really good, really good position for FireLordEthan, but after the flirt, what's the 4th mission? Quote unquote safest and easiest to do is probably statues, but going to statue with minute 30 left, even if, oh, the seduction target leaves again, that's like again sad. But back to the point, and especially this late on the call, going to statues, even if you don't know that you're not highlighted already, with being one of the just going statues to statues late on in the game, it's always bring it up, but it doesn't matter. Shot takes off, it's on the wrong civilian. FireLordEthan breaks serve and takes the first spy win. And I want to take a look at what has Pearls done. So presumably statues. She does have a real contact. Fingerprints. She does have a, yeah, she does have a print. It's maybe she saw yeah, so Pearls has a fingerprints, statues, and real contact. That's a bit unfortunate. Maybe this path could have been credited here as a low light here, but bit unfortunate luck for Graash. But FireLordEthan finds his first spy win. It's still even without that save shot, FireLordEthan had a very good bug, and presumably was heading to victory anyway, unless something catastrophic happens. And Graash finds himself down for the first time, and must log back on the spy side, playing as Duke. Playing it. AI control from Graash, okay? I was thinking that sometimes I've seen it Lev especially do this in the SMC, where against FireLordEthan he would hold AI control for a significant amount of time, just hoping to get a low light from FireLordEthan. FireLordEthan being one of those pathing snipers that's hopefully he would Lev would hope for a low light from him, but unfortunately it hasn't really
Banana
worked
bread.
for him favor, and Graash decides not to hold for it. A fake banana bread. Basically real for everyone else. We get 3 lowlights off of that. Apart from that, early fake contact. The problem with that is you're gonna have to do it again, and presumably we're gonna have to get even more lowlights from that. And eventually, you'll just make the sniper run out of suspects apart from you. Compounding the fact if FireLordEthan will get some more pathing lowlights in the future, as we get a 51% flirt. Again, a bit of a slow start from Graash. But again, 4:45 on the clock on this version of Modern, you definitely have more than enough time to complete missions. Though sometimes that could be deceptively short. Bar has not been super busy, but we're gonna request a drink. There's no print on it, so presumably it's just us getting into the purloin chain. I hardly imagine it's gonna be direct purloin. Indeed, it is just a delegate. The bar is getting filled up though, so could be actually a great opportunity to fire off a purloin here, but you would have to do it now though. Since there's a big queue at the bar here, and if we want to try to send this purloin, we can't delay it too much further. And we're delegating to Seek here, and we get a highlight for it. I think it still is a disaster for us. We saw the delegate here, and if Seek takes, I can't imagine Graash surviving this. Because we got highlight instantly as soon as we sent the delegate to Seek here. Seek is going to grab the purloin. Indeed, here it is. I will try to go for a bug again in the meantime, but FireLordEthan was already lining up a bullet to the Graash's skull, and FireLordEthan sweeps the first half of Modern, going up 4-2. Of course, I want to take a look at that. I think that the delegate was maybe ambitious in hindsight, but as soon as we do it, we get a highlight for it. Just from the sniper side, yeah, there's even an animation break here. Like, we take a look here. There's even an animation break where we do it, or rather, Seek breaks animation, and yeah, that's just an instant highlight. Bit unfortunate if I couldn't hide the purloin send better, but FireLordEthan is sometimes just that good, and already up 4-2. Let's see if he continues his pushes lead further, playing as red dress, playing it. Oh, we get a highlight for a very aggressive positioning onto our on bookshelves here. Slightly too close to our seduction targets. And Graash not even deciding that it was like time of chaos oddity. Just seeing that this is something that's not right. And again, these type of highlights sting. Those behavioral highlights that I don't think Graash will forget on why we did low highlights red dress here. This will make our progress exponentially even harder. And even completing Fleur is going to be a challenge, since we distinctly saw us jamming ourselves in near Salmon there. So if you try to go near Salmon again to flirt, that could be an instantaneous shot as well. I'm gonna go to the bar. We are we're gonna grab both fingerprints here from the briefcase and from the drink print and from the drink itself. There it is. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! That's a very low shot onto Teal. Unfortunately, it's a wrong shot. Yet again, FireLordEthan extends his lead. And I just can't... I'm gonna have to take a look at the replay again. I just can't see what Teal could have done here. So, let's see. From the very start of the game, we're tracking Teal. She's at statues early on. Maybe we didn't see this... We have enough time to see the statue here, so presumably not a swap. Okay, let's continue onwards. Okay, we complete statues. Oh, it seems we might be following Kane here. Or maybe a behavioral shot because we are near Kane at the start of the game at statues. We complete statues and then we follow Kane yet again. And then we talk seemingly in a flirt fashion, and that's not a terrible assumption, but again, it's just 3 minutes on the clock. It's just no real reason to shoot there. If there was like a 30 seconds left, we had a real contact, I would have definitely agreed with the shot, but I just don't think that's just too aggressive. And unfortunately, that's yet again the wrong shot. FireLordEthan 5-2 up already and looking to secure a 4-point lead, which would be an enormous mountain to climb for Graash, especially against the caliber opponent FireLordEthan. But let's see if he can start doing it on Modern. The last game on Modern, playing as Plane Twin. Let's go. I don't want to berate the players, but I was a bit upset with that last shot. I just didn't think there was any need for it. We weren't behind throughout the game, hasn't quite yet to where we needed to take that aggressive shot. But that game is behind us, and Graash needs to focus on this one. 26% on the flirt. So indeed, we're gonna grab this delegate here. The bar has been very busy this early on. Maybe Graash will think to send the delegate this time around. And Graash again respectfully going to be flirting. I don't think he was caught for flirt pairs of yet, but if he's going to be respectful of distances for his flirts, it's not likely he will. 51% on the second flirt. It seems that we decide against them, especially if the unknown like the Graash suspect double agent landed before us, but more importantly he has a book and don't really want to send someone to slam a book into it. Never mind. But he does that, but I just have to think this is going to expire at this point. Yeah, delegate Portland expires. Of course, luckily it was a lowlight doing that. And by lowlight, I mean a cast member. Since you don't really watch for cast breaking animations in terms of bookcase etiquette, or rather any etiquette. There's no reason to, usually. We do finish flirt in 4. a green flirt will complete it for us. That's the only progress have been done thus far. And even though we starve a lot of time, Modern can be a bit of a tricky mistress in terms of quickly completing, because the venue sites are spread far and wide. And the ones that you can do quickly are incredibly risky. You can quickly go from green shelf to blue shelf to complete transfer, but that is very dangerous to do, especially at the last 30 seconds of the game. Going to statue there is also possible. Again, super visible to the sniper vast majority of the time. And Graash not yet deciding on what to do. Minute 30 left. I'm getting a bit concerned. Yeah, what's the plan of finishing here? We have to do a contact, presumably. Silent is a double. We have to see where the double agent lands. It's only going to be in that back conversation, but doesn't seem. No, he's not headed there. We have to try to complete 3 hardtails. Three quick hardtails, it seems. And we're gonna go to this briefcase, bookcase here. Just have to imagine we're gonna have to try to slam this book. There's a fingerprint on this book, but 37 seconds left. We put this back very quickly. The double agent does not land. We go for a bug. We does miss. No. Okay, I presume we're gonna wait in the corner and wait at time. The countdown is started. We're checking the watch innocently enough. We're not even on the sniper screen right now. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. We're gonna have to time out here. It is a green time at. But we still only 45 seconds left. Presumably, I think we needed to do 2 more of those. Or 1 more of those. And double agent leaves again. Oh, that is so tragic for Graash.
Banana bread.
Banana bread does come out, but since there's no overtime, there's no reason for FireLordEthan to shoot. There's absolutely no reason for FireLordEthan to shoot. Yeah, clock for the sniper still hangs at 0. We add time. It is another green time at here. And at this point, FireLordEthan knows that it must have been a green time at this point. There's no way that overtime could be hanging for this long. And we did bug on our way in. FireLordEthan has not seen this. Banana bread comes out. We only need 1 print. We grab a briefcase. Here's overtime. No one else is completing missions apart from us. FireLordEthan deciding to shoot. We managed to get the shot off. We managed to get the shot off. Barely, but we managed to find a shot. 6-2, FireLordEthan. And what seemed like a disastrous game for Graash almost wound up into an actual victory here. But at this point, the main time, this bug actually was pretty damn solid on the entry. Or let's take a look at that again. Yeah, this walking bug here, very solid actually. As we rotate away, we're looking at the Disney here at the far statue, and the pillar and the other conversation circle block perfectly. We go for a real contact here. That knocks out a lot of people here. Basically no highlights. And we get overtime at this very moment. And as FireLordEthan, you have to think who could have triggered overtime at this point. And it either could be one of our highlights talking, or it's one of someone who's completing a mission at any given point. And we see Twin here holding a briefcase, presumably with that print on hand, and we just think shot, and that was so close for a missed shot from FireLordEthan's side. But he does manage to find the correct shot. 6-2 up, and Graash is in a world of trouble. Down 4 quite early. Rather early. First half of the set. And moving on to the second half is going to be Gallery. One of FireLordEthan's favorites as well. Probably the second most favorite, if not the most one. This time decided to double Modern instead of double Gallery. And yeah, Ethan on the spy side playing his boots. Playing it. 4:15 on this Gallery variant. We've gone from 3:45 to 4 minutes to 4:15. Just to give snipers extra tough time. And for the spies to potentially have time to complete. 51% of the flirt. Oh! What? What? What happened? Again, that's another Civ shot. And it's already 7-2 up, but I didn't get to see what happened here. So, let's take a look on that again. Was that? I have no idea. So, yeah, we see the statue at the start, so unless we think that the statue has been swapped, this particular statue has been swapped and we missed it, and we were assuming that it was something else. I just don't see the reason, again, for this shot. I think Graash is, again, too hasty. And that, again, bites him. FireLordEthan is up 7-2 now. And needs only 2 more games to secure his spot in the finals. To yet again face Assassine Effect. Still, crazier comebacks have happened. Let's not write off Graash. Graash playing as Seek. Let's go. Oh. I just think that we are... Oh, that's a tragic again, early highlight. We do request a drink, and it's the white purloin again, right on screen. FireLordEthan takes the shot, and we're at match point already. I think Graash, almost I would say, come to terms that he's not going to win. From quashing to the win at this point, and yeah, that's just. Just tragic. FireLordEthan on match point. Let's take a look at this again. Again, is that just a... I want to see what this highlight is for. Interesting. That was just... Maybe it was just... I cannot tell if maybe it's just some thinking that it was just some sort of bad redirect or something, a bad path. That's the trouble with sometimes these snipers, you just cannot know as a caster. But in any case, we are on match point already, 8-2 up, and it's one of my favorite venues, Aquarium, and FireLordEthan has the shot of actually just finishing the set right here and now, and going on to face Assassine Effect for the 3rd time in the last 4 events, playing as Queen in Aquarium, playing it. quick 51% flirt, and the aquarium, I feel, is one of the you have to be wary of playing around the shark. It's one of the only venues with pretty much the dynamic cover all the time. A contact here, and we're just rushing this game here. We leave immediately, but we don't get credited for a highlight here. Or rather, a low light. So, but in 40 seconds, we've completed flirt and we have contact in hand. We did lose 5 low lights because of this, but if you finish early enough and aggressive enough, sometimes that also can catch snipers off guard. But FireLordEthan decides, okay, we'll slow it down here. I rushed the first 2 missions. Let's slow it down slightly, give the cast some more time to get suspicious, get some progress, and see if I can sneak anything past the shark on hand. As of course, the main gimmick of this venue is the shark keel here, swimming across, providing cover, and blocking sniper's line of sight and the ability to shoot. So, in some areas, you can walk behind the shark and the sniper can't shoot you. But as we refer to that as a shark walk. Master unfortunately leaves our side. We wanted to go for a bug here, but the shark is on the top side, so not likely. We have to be sitting here for a long time to get a bug. And instead, the ambassador just leaves us. Go to the back-facing statues first. We could try to, maybe it's our plan to inspect and then green swap so the cast member will be... No, we just grab one inspect. We didn't even grab the second one. Interesting little redirect here from FireLordEthan. Hoping to get credit for that, but no such luck. And Graash has missed 5 lowlights from the banana bread, but even more lowlights from pathing alone. It's one of the venues where Graash is also quite comfortable here. Unfortunately, failed a difficult fingerprint here. 40 seconds left. Here's the bug! Right behind the shark! Not good enough for Graash, though. Takes the shot and he stays alive. And even though he still needs 5 more, that's a pretty damn good shot considering the circumstances. That bug, though it's aggressive, pretty damn clean from the sniper side. Let's see. Yeah, the shark blocks the entire bug exactly, but Graash has. Let's take a look at that again from the sniper side. Yeah, the bug actually was pretty damn nice, but the path alone says something wrong to Graash, and this time a correct shot onto the spy, and we need 5 more, but that's a good start. And this time Graash playing as Red Dress, playing it. Again, early AI control. Maybe didn't want to get busted like he did the last time on Aquarium. Maybe that's what he shot for. Presumably, that take control. Again, I would never shoot that myself personally in a million years, but these players are so good that they can notice that sort of interaction. between 21 guests in a time of chaos. Graash again, taking it a bit slowly. Seduction target is nowhere nearby, sadly enough for us. As we were into bar, and now we're headed to windows. We have a double agent with us. Well, as soon as I say that, the double agent leaves. Again, we're playing this slow. Graash has been looking at the shark, trying to deduct its position at any given moment. Good thing about the shark is it always follows a pattern depending on the start of the game. So once you know where the sharks are, you know where it's going to be at any given moment. As we have a green fur for 51%. It always goes either low, medium, high, and then low, medium, high, medium, low, and then repeating. And then it's either high, medium, low, and medium, high. So it alternates between them.
Banana bread.
As we go for a fake contact here, it's a couple of low lights, but pretty damn. It's a fake contact, but gives quite a few reels in this situation. Both as the A's were in conversation. Again, don't have a super lot of progress to show. 51% flirt, partial inspects. Here's the trouble play. We could try to go for a bug here. Indeed, we are. But I think FireLordEthan may have seen it. Indeed, he has. He takes the shot, wins the set 9-3, and is on yet another final against Astatine Effects. The rivalry continues strong, and FireLordEthan has dominated this matchup against Graash in this semi-final. What a very, very confident game from FireLordEthan. Commiserations to Graash. Just maybe slightly ambitious on that bug. The timing may have been perfect. Yeah, we see a little tippy toes here as we lean in here. Yeah, from the spy side here. Sniper side here, we see the feed coming in, back in and out. And that just confirms it. FireLordEthan takes the rightful spot in the finals. Graash versus Hofnag is going to be our third place match. And with all that said, good luck to all four of them in their final couple of matches. We're going to have them next week. With all that said, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the players who are participating in the tournament. Thank you, gentlemen, for making this tournament happen in the first place. And we shall see you next time. But until then, fare thee well.